Welcome to our kitchen. This video is made with cooperation from Meat and Livestock Australia. Look for the MLA quality seal for all of your Australian meat. Now today I'll show you how to cook a boneless leg of lamb from Top Paddock. Top Paddock lambs are all grass-fed from Southern Australia. They're raised naturally with no added hormones and they're free of antibiotics. They're also free range, which gives a very unique flavor. Now it's time to cook this lamb. So first, take a pan and put it onto high heat. Just lightly film with some vegetable oil. And then take the fat side and put it straight into the hot oil. We're going to let this brown for just a few minutes. This is just going to add another layer of flavor. Plus it's going to start some of this fat from to start rendering. We're going to brown this on all of the sides. Now, while that's finishing, let's make the paste. We're going to take some Dijon mustard, some minced garlic, some cider vinegar. This is rosemary, and I just roughly minced that, and some honey. Mix this all together and set it aside. Finish browning. And then remove and just set aside. Now, I'm going to take some mirepoix. First, put it right into the bottom. You notice that I don't spend a lot of time fine chopping these vegetables. I want it to be big and aromatic. Okay, and I'm going to bunch this up for about the same size that the lamb is. Okay, then I'm going to I have one whole bunch of mint leaves that I've just roughly chopped. I'm going to put that right on top. Mint and lamb go very well together, but I think the mistake that a lot of people make, and a lot of chefs make even, is that they overkill the sweetness of the mint and it overpowers some of the gaminess of the lamb. And I'm going to put this right on top. All right, then I'm going to take this that we just made and I'm going to pour it right on top so that it just covers. And then I've taken the scraps from when we did the butchering of this lamb, and I just rendered it down into a little jus, and I combined it with a little bit of chicken stock also. I'm going to fill this up to about halfway, just to give some moisture to this while it cooks. I'm going to leave it in this hot oven for about 30 minutes, and then I'll lower the temperature and check the liquid level about every 15 or 20 minutes to make sure that it's not running dry. I've just removed this roast from the oven. It's been in the oven for about 2.5 hours and looking for an internal temperature of about 60 degrees. If it's 55, if you go higher than that, of course you can go higher than that. But the meat starts to get a little tough and it'll just start shrinking away. So medium rare to medium is really the perfect temperature. Now, first thing to do is remove the ties that we put in. And I just go through and nip them real quick. I need to have this rest. It needs a good 15 or 20 minutes to just sit so that the juices go back into the meat. If we don't let it rest, then all of these available juices that have gone to the exterior surface are just going to spill out. So I'm just going to cover this with a towel, one of my clean tea towels. I'm going to pour just a little bit of hot water over the top and just let it set. The pan juice, I've just run all of my pan juices through a chinois to remove the mirepoix that was in there. Now I've got some cornstarch slurry. Now, if you've ever played with cornstarch, you know that the receiving liquid has to be at a simmer for it to tighten things up. And the only reason that I'm using cornstarch in this instead of having an actual reduction is because I don't want to lose a whole lot of volume. Because this is just really good, nice flavor. I'll just use a little bit of chicken stock, or in this case I can just use water, but better to use some chicken stock. Now this is a perfect nappe then. So we can kill the heat. And our next step is to make an accompanying sauce or a dip that will go along with this lamb. My next thing to do is make an accompanying sauce. So I'm going to take some of this pan jus, and then I'm going to add some yogurt, and I'm going to add blackberry jam. Then just stir to combine. This is not to substitute for a jus, but it's as an accompaniment that will just make that lamb flavor just pop. So we've rested about 20 minutes, and now it's time to get inside and see how we've done. And as you can see, it's amazing. I like the thin slice, and that's just perfect. Now, for service, I think let's take a little bit of the pan jus we've thickened up. We'll pour it right down onto the plate, and we'll take a few slices. And finally, then we'll take our blackberry yogurt and just line it right over the top. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel to see more cooking videos and enjoy your dinner.